Alright, where's my... Alright. Now one of the other problems I was having is a parasitic draw with this thing. This thing was pulling... You leave it sit for a couple days and you would end up with going out there to start it and be click, 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 dead. Alright, so I got my trusty little cheapo. I found that somewhere. I don't remember. I've had it for I don't know how many years. That multimeter. And that one as well, my new one. Okay, it's got its own light on it. That's one of these clamp ones too. Alright, but anyway. And I connected up. I actually used this one to see the draw. And I was getting the draw. It was dropping. Charging, that vehicle running, it was 14.4, 14.7. So my alternator's charging the battery. Alright, when I shut it down, put it on, I watched it go from 12.38, 12.37, 12.36. It got down to 12.05, and then it would slow down the draw, but it would still go down. So I took this one, and I took some electrical tape. I disconnected my negative terminal, and I had my terminal sitting over here. I took electrical tape and I put my black terminal on up straight like this and wrapped electrical tape around it to hold it on to the side of the terminal. And this one I had off to the side, and it's got little slits in the edge here. I don't know if you can see those. But those were perfect to stick the meter in, to wedge it in, the needle sitting over here. So the positive needle was in the negative terminal, and the negative needle was attached to the negative terminal. And I had my multimeter sitting up there on the windshield. After I had it sitting over here, and I came over here and I popped open this fuse panel box here, and I went through all those fuses one by one because I had this set up and it was drawing 0.40 amps. Shut down, everything shut off like it's parked. 0.40. 0.05 should be top of what it should be drawing. Alright, 0.05. 0.02 would be good. 0.05. So none of these here made a change when I looked over at my meter gauge. It was sitting right there. So I know it was nothing in here. So I mounted it up on the windshield like I said, and I went up under here and started pulling fuses from the fuse box there. And I went up the first row, no changes because I kept looking up on the windshield there at my meter. Still 0.38, 0.40. And I got to one of the fuses at the top. It was a 15 amp fuse. I pulled it out and it dropped to 0.14. And I was like, okay, that's one. And the one right underneath it, which was a 5 amp fuse, it dropped it down to 0.05. So, come to find out that so far, I got the 14 amp, 15 amp fuse out, and it's not, my windshield washers are not working. Wipers, everything else seems to be working. Why would you need a 15 amp fuse for windshield washers? I don't know what else it controls. It did, in the book it did say suspension. The air suspension, which I don't need because I got that power off now. But it's the 15 amp fuse that goes, hold on, right there. That won't focus. But that 5 amp fuse right there, hold on, that 5 amp fuse right there drops it down more. Now, I just left that in there because I just left it in. I just want to see how it drains. And that 15 amp fuse, that's between the second row that you see there, in the middle row of fuses, between the yellow one at the top, that has the one missing at the top, that's the row I'm looking at. At the top row across, you've got the bus, you've got the fuse, you got an empty spot, and you got a fuse. Well, the empty spot, and the second row, empty spot from the top down yellow, Goes empty, yellow, empty. And then a 5 amp. Well, that empty spot below the yellow is where the 15 amp fuse goes, and then that 5 amp fuse underneath. Now, I do not know exactly what that 15 amp controls. One thing said air suspension and starter relay. Well, I pull it out and it fires up fine, so it's not my starter relay fuse, because I'm still getting power to the starter relay because it fires up. So I've got 2 fuse panel things pulled up on the web for this vehicle, and both of them are wrong. Neither one tells me what it actually is. So that's kind of freaky. So I don't know what it's for. And if it's only going to be the windshield washer solvent, well then, I'm going to leave it out. We don't need the windshield washer right now. I'm going to see that with drains. Last I checked, it was at 12.7 sitting there. So I'm going to let it sit for a while, a couple hours, and I'm going to come back and check with my multimeter again and see if it's still about 12.7. If it is, parasitic draw complete. I'm not messing with the washer, whatever. Screw it. If I feel like I'm going to need to, I'll rig a switch up underneath. I can turn it off and turn it on if I need the washers. But other than that, no, I'm not going to mess with it. But let's see. Let's see if it draws down or not. If it doesn't draw down, well then, parasitic draw fixed. Then I got to find the one on mine, because I keep my battery disconnected when I'm not driving it right now. But I figured this one was in here and I'm waiting on the bushing still. I might as well hunt down the parasitic draw. I've never, ever, ever in my life did any electrical diagnostics ever on a vehicle. I just hate electrical. I don't do it. But I've been watching a lot of my videos. I get into my automotive videos, and I happened to come across one of Scotty Kilmer doing it. And, you know, the guy that waves his hands all over the place, up in the air. That guy. Well, yeah, he got some good tips and stuff. But I was watching, he caught one. He did a real quickie, like a 3-minute thing of how to hunt down a parasitic draw. I'm like, well, that looks simple enough. Let me see if I can figure it out. So I figured, why not? So I came on out and did it, and found it. So we shall see if that battery dies down with it connected now. Oh, and I got all this stuff bolted back down. The battery plate and this. Oh, I also wire wheeled my bolts that you can't see that are underneath everything here. They're all down underneath, holding this in. 1, 2, and then you got 1, 2. Where's my third one? I know I had 3. 1, 2. Oh well. Oh, 3 right there. I got all 3 of those bolts. See, I wire wheeled them down. I painted them up black. Even the ones you can't see. Like I say, I clean everything up when I take it apart, so it's cleaner and it'll stay cleaner longer. But okay, let's see if that draws down. So yeah, I don't even know where I got this thing. It's all dusty. I've had this thing for forever. I have no clue. But you know, I'm the type that's like, what is all this crap? What does all this mean? I have no clue what this stuff goes to and what port to put this in, and I have no clue. Till I did a YouTube search for this model number multimeter. Okay, there's the item number. I said, how to find a parasitic draw using Send-Tech model number, the model number on the back, in YouTube. And there was someone using this exact meter to show exactly how they did it. And as a matter of fact, let's give him credit on that one. I've never seen this guy before. He looks like a kid, but you know, I've never seen him before. But I'm in my office now. There. Oh, let's turn this light off. I don't need it on now. Okay. There, he's using the exact meter on a Mustang to find his parasitic draw. And the name, that one said parasitic draw test with multimeter car battery test. Now let's shoot him down smaller. Okay, who is this guy? Automotive Junkie. So go check him out. Go check him out. Alright, let's click this right here. We're going to subscribe. It was pretty cool. Just a short thing I watched. I mean, I only watched to there. I still have that left and I didn't watch it. But I'm going to watch the rest of it. But yeah, so that's I found it and got it straightened out. Now we got to drive it and see what happens once I get my bushings in. I got to call AutoZone now and see, not AutoZone, Advanced Auto. I always get them screwed up. They both begin with an A. The older I get, the more I screw those up. But I'm gonna gotta call Advanced to see if my bushings came in. And if they did, I can get under there and get some of that going today too. Maybe get it out on the street today if those bushings are in. I'd love to. But other than that, and I gotta find out if those springs even fit my truck. Even fit that truck, I should say, not my truck. If they don't fit, well, we're screwed. Because I don't have anything to keep those shocks compressed to ship them back. But anyway. Alrighty. Other than that, this is just going to be on part of my next video as I go in. So let's see if I get I'm going to call the Advanced now and see if they got those bushings in yet or not. Alright, that 5 ampere, that's for your key in the ignition. Bang, 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 bang. Pull that out, that stops. And it's also your brake shift lever release. So if you don't have that one in, you can't step on the brake and get it out of gear. So that's what that 5 ampere is. That's what that little 5 ampere is right there. That orange one. Middle row, second fuse down. You got a yellow fuse, blank spot, and that other fuse. That's the 5 ampere that does the brake pedal to release the shifter. The shifter won't release. So we got that one back in. You can see we're charging up. I can't hear it. Oh, let's see. Let me see if I can put this here. 14.2, so that's charging. Now we'll shut her down and see where we go. Let's see where she's at now. Uh, 12.8. 12.7. Oops. Holding steady at 12.7. So the battery's holding. It's charged for now. We're going to let it sit, and we'll come back and check it out later. So far it's holding steady. But that one that I found a long time ago, has been sitting in a toolbox for forever. Never knew how to use it. And it's just been sitting there, and I figured, let me pull it out for this. See if I can figure it out. But see, you can see I wire wheeled down all those bolts I put everything back in with. And of course I got my coil spring covered up there. But other than that, alrighty. Alright, look what finally came in. Steering and suspension. And they are rear sway bar bushings. Alright. And right now I've got the brackets off. Cleaning them up, painting them up, getting them all done up nice before I put them back on. And as you can see, I did already drop the sway bar out. Let's get up under there. There we go. See, there's the bushings. Yeah, they're kind of tore up. Okay, remember the flat spot goes towards the flat spot here. I'm going to get up under here and clean that up too. That's going to be, oh, I'm going to have to clamp this down a little bit tighter. And how's that top one? Yeah, I'm going to clamp these down tighter. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, so let's just go do that. Alright, and I should clean those up as well. The way I'm going to clamp them down is simple. Okay, there we go. Alright. We'll just grab these puppies here. They're little channel locks. Alright, the way we're going to do these, we're just going to take these. And we're going to squeeze, crimp them down a little bit. Just so that they stay on by themselves, that's all. See, now we got, that's after. Hold on. And before. Big difference. There, now they'll stay on by themselves. Be a little tight to get on there. Now we're going to clean them up a bit. So let's break out some brake cleaner. Shop rag. Ooh, that brake cleaner feels good on them cuts. Ooh, baby, I love that stain. But just good for the bloodstream, huh? Get a little bit more on there. Alright, wire wheel some of these up a bit. You guys don't have to do this. I just do it. See? Before and after. I don't know if the lighting. One is shiny. Let's bring them down here. Let's do this. See the difference? Before and after. I don't know if you can see that. I just like to clean things up. It's my little signature. Okay. Why am I cleaning them with brake clean before I wire wheel them? You're going to wire wheel them anyway, why are you cleaning them up? Because I don't want the paint that's on here to gum up my wire wheel, that's all. Get that cleaned a little bit. Go. Let's give a little wire wheel to this. There, now they're both cleaned up. I'm gonna hit them up with a little black paint, and then that's it. I gotta do the other one then. Bushings. They're a little on the tore up side. Still good, but hey, I'm under there, right? There they are. Put a little wheel bearing grease and pop them up in there. Makes them go up in there easier. Let's go over the other side where I got to lift the light. I did that one last. There we go. There's the bearing. New bushings are on. And I'll get them all up in there after I get the springs and shocks up, which I'm not going to do tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and just get the, leave this as it is for now. And then I will, next weekend I will go ahead and get the springs in, then the shocks in, and then set her down, put the spring sway bar back up, and then we'll see what happens after that. All right, let's go back over the other side. Oops, that went over top. How did that go over top? How did I manage that? Laying here on the creeper. There we go. There we go. Oh. They're on, ready to get buttoned back up. That's easy. Just pop the old ones off, pop the old ones on. I mean, it takes you 30 seconds to do something like that. So it's not a big deal. These are easy to change out. I figured they're so easy. I'm under here. Why not? So anyway, that's that. Alright. Oh, let me get up under here. Alright. And that's it for that. Alright. That's it for that video. Let's put my brake clean back up. Alright. Yeah, we'll leave that there for now.